680's Richard Southern joins us now. Richard, we are rich. Toronto ranks as one of the wealthiest cities in the world when you add up everything that we own.
Yeah, this is an interesting report, Francis. So it's private wealth. So you take everything you own, your house, your condo, the cash you have in the bank, your business assets, your stocks, and then we multiply that. We actually add everyone together, and we see which city has the most private wealth assets. New York City leads the way with $3 trillion. You got London, England, Tokyo, San Francisco, of course, with all the technology companies, Beijing, Shanghai, Los Angeles, Hong Kong, Sydney. We get down to Toronto, number 13.
Lucky
Francis.
13, Richard.
Exactly.
Lucky 13.
So we're right there with the heavy hitters. And, you know, Toronto's total wealth is 1.19 trillion Canadian, 944 billion U.S. The report says Toronto Stock Exchange is the 9th in the world and attributes much of the wealth to the city. Housing, IT, media, and telecom also adding to Toronto's net worth, Francis.
Very nice. Now, if only I can find those riches, I'll be...
Exactly. What about us? Come on.
Yeah. It is Valentine's Day, and if you're looking for love, apparently look no further than your office. Studies find office romances are more likely to lead to marriage, but fewer people are dating their coworkers these days.
Yeah, just look to the cubicle next to you. It's been found that the stresses and strain of work and the sheer number of hours we spend with our colleagues are key factors in keeping office romances together. 14% of couples who met through work ended up getting married. That's compared to 11% who were introduced by friends. However, only 36% currently admit to dating a coworker, and that's the lowest number in 10 years. In response to the Me Too movement, companies have revamped their dating policies, Francis. Some say no dating. Some say you got to identify yourself to HR and fill out a love contract, so that might be contributing to the fewer office romances that we're seeing.
I have to admit, there are a lot of people at City that I know who are still happily married.
Same here, actually.
That met here.
I guess in media you got a lot of stress, and that might be a thing that bonds people
and
together.
The hours, right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing. So falling in love, though, is not cheap. New report has crunched the cost of love in Canada.
Yeah, 2018 cost of love. So 1 year of dates, $12,400 when you add everything up, Francis. 1 year engagement, and that includes, I think, a trip somewhere, $13,200. Then you got the wedding, tying the knot, $46,400 for the wedding. What does a wedding cost now? You got the bride attire, the dress, a little over
Richard, I don't know if a bride is wearing a $2,000 dress.
Much more than that, is what you're saying. Yes. I read that some people are paying $34,000 or $35,000.
Yeah.
Groom attire, much less. Ceremony venue, more than $2,000. Reception, $20,000. You add it all up. What does it cost to fall in love? $72,000. Francis, love ain't cheap.
People are getting married perhaps a little bit older and have accumulated some wealth, or this is their second time around and they're nervous about protecting the children, perhaps from a previous marriage.
What would it cost me to get a basic prenuptial agreement done?
$2,000.
Have you ever had a couple in your office and they're fighting over the prenup that you're trying to put together?
Oh, yes. I had a case recently where the conversation around prenup came in a month before the wedding date.
So this couple, they were a month away from marriage, and they're in your office having a meltdown, is what you're telling me.
Absolutely. I don't understand how their wedding survived, but they made it work.
So, Francis, I didn't have a chance to set that up, but we're talking about prenuptial agreements.
It's a key discussion, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a tough discussion, but apparently more people than ever are getting prenups, and we heard from the family lawyer there who said it's because a lot of older people are getting married and they have more assets that they're worried about. So prenups, they're in demand these days.
I don't have a prenup. We have a joint bank account, and my wife has a separate bank account. Shouldn't be worried, right?
I don't think you should be worried. I met your wife. She's a lovely lady. I think everything is nice and dandy, Francis.
It's peachy. It's peachy. So you really need to love shoes to fall in love with this new product.
Shoes? Well, okay, this is the Paris Fashion Show. So look at the feet here. This is what we're talking about. It is, believe it or not, shoes for your shoes.
No.
Have we gone crazy?
Yes.
Yes, we have. Big cushioned rubber plastic shoes that you put your regular shoes into. This is a Chinese fashion label that's coming out with these. And believe it or not, the fashion experts, look at them, Francis. The fashion experts say they're going to be in demand. Why?
No, they're not.
Yes.
You're lying.
Because people are paying top dollar for their sneakers.
How much would you pay for that?
They're going to sell for $355 a pair, Francis. The thing is, though, you're buying these expensive Air Jordans and what have you, and you want to keep them in tip-top condition, so you got to have a pair of shoes for your shoes. Welcome to 2018.
Aren't you buying those shoes so you can show them off, not cover them up with those ugly, like, clog-like things?
You're preaching to the choir here. I'm not a shoe guy, but I guess people that are might be interested in the shoes for your shoes.
Although I'm a little vertically challenged, so you know the extra height of a couple inches.
It'll give you a little extra height. No question about that.
Little extra height. Wouldn't mind that. Thank you, Richard.
Have a good one.
Okay, you too. Let's go to Cynthia.